I love thinking that someday someone was using an XY pad and suddenly thought, what if we make it into a cube? And that's how Lunacy Audio's Cube was born. I don't know if that's the true story, but Cube, it's a pretty damn good instrument, honestly. I've been having a lot of requests to check it out, and I personally also wanted to check it out, so when Lunacy Audio contacted me, I just said yes instantly. The reason, well, Cube Mini is free at the moment, and despite being smaller, is very capable on its own. And they also released an expansion pack, which I'm going to check it out. Not only that, they have a huge sale at the moment, so maybe it's the time to buy this if you want. In fact, let me show you some of the sounds that come with expansion, because many of my favorite sound designers made sounds for it. For instance, we have Calling Beacon by Canvas. It sounds very epic, and of course you can use it, I don't know, for a trailer or anything that you want. Other one of my favorites is from my good friend Alchemy, Inferred Glory. Which is beautiful. And also there are presets from Dash Glitch. This one sounds especially good for me. Besides, there are presets from Venus Theory and other well-known sound designers, so of course you will get quality with the sounds. As you can hear, the expansion is all about vocal sounds, and they sound excellent in my opinion. In fact, I know that a sound pack is good when I just play some chords, for instance, and thanks to the sound, I instantly get inspired. For instance, with this little thing that I'm working on. I'm not using a regular scale, and in fact I'm combining the minor and major fundamental chords, and that's, I think, because of the inspiration that the sound gave me. Now that's a discussion for another video, how sounds can inspire you to make things that maybe you are not used to. By the way, this little song example has some presets made by me, and I'm going to upload them for free for my patrons and channel members. There you can find a lot of different presets for different instruments and effects, so consider joining which platform you like the best. But anyway, of course, it's not only about the new sounds that they have. Of course, if you're a sound designer like me, you will love to use this instrument to create your own sounds, and the new expansion has those samples that you can use too. Now, if you're not familiar with Cube, as I said, you have 8 different corners of a cube where you can put samples, and then the idea is that you create a trajectory on a 3D environment to start fading in and out from each of the samples. Now, the interesting thing is that, for me at least, this is an instrument to get lost into making one preset. Because that's a lot of options. I mean, up to 8 sounds with added modulations, effects, and the movement of the trajectory. You can spend a lot of time crafting the kind of sound that you want, and that's fascinating. Now, still, if you don't want to spend all the time programming, well, you can randomize the sounds, the effects, and even the trajectory of the cube, which is also fun. Of course, sometimes it's hit or miss. Yeah, this one sounds good. I liked it. Now, of course, for this video, I'm using the full version, and the one that's free is the Cube Mini. So, of course, let me check the differences so you know what you will really get if you download now this free version. Let me check. Yeah, the differences are, for instance, that with the Pro version you get more sounds, more presets, of course. Both share the advanced sample editing, so you can create your own combination of samples as you want. They both have the randomization, which is always fun. Of course, the expansions work with the mini version, and I think that's it, what you can do with the Cube Mini. On the Cube Pro, you can create your own custom orbits for the movement on the cube. That's not something that you can make on the smaller version. Besides, the Cube Mini doesn't have modulation, and honestly, with the orbit is more than enough, but the modulation always adds a different kind of mutation and character to the type of sounds that you can make. You can go even deeper with that. And besides, you can drag and drop your own audio. You cannot do that on the mini version. And you can also drag and drop your own impulse responses on the convolution effect, something that's not possible on the mini. But still, as you can see, the Cube Mini, it's pretty damn powerful too. I mean, it has the possibility of using 8 different samples. Where are you going? Don't leave me. So of course, go for it. I mean, compared to other free versions in the market from big instruments, this one doesn't feel limited at all. Now, there are other features that I find very interesting. For instance, each of the samples have their own like sequencer or arpeggiator. You can change the different parameters, which include also the length, the velocity or gate or whatever. And that way you can create very interesting rhythms. And of course, you know me, you can create polyrhythms too. Yeah, this instrument is super deep. As I said at the beginning, I can get lost for a long time making just one preset, and that's super fun. It's like a sound exploration kind of instrument, and I always have fun with that. But of course, let me know what do you think about it down in the comments. And also, while you're at it, subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. The offer for Cube Mini for free is for a limited time up to the 19th of this month. And also the sale that they're running, it's the same length of time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.